Hello friends and welcome to the weekly moon update. In these videos we talk about the moon energy for the current week as well as a little bit of astrology. In this video's case we are talking about the week of June 8th through the 14th, and we have some really lovely Venus and Jupiter energy this week. Finally some like good luck and some feel good feelings. Finally, we have some good energy this week. So let's just jump right into it. All right, so last week we kind of had like an in-between week with it wasn't really a last quarter moon, but this week we have two big moon phases happening because the moon is technically in last quarter moon on Monday, but then it's the dark moon on Sunday. So I probably technically could have said that last week, like on Sunday, was the last quarter moon, but technically it is happening on Monday the 8th. So here we are with a last quarter moon on Monday, which means that the rest of the week is a waning crescent moon until, of course, on Sunday when it's the dark moon, or technically the new moon. So really low energy here, but also really good energy with the other astrological things that are happening. Okay, so one other thing that I'm like really proud of figuring out, or having a theory as to why we have different void of course times and what makes them some super long. Like we've had a lot of really long void of course times the last few months, or this year it seems like. And I think part of that reason is technically the sun is in Gemini right now. So the constellations that are closer to Gemini, like Taurus and Gemini, that look how short the void of Taurus course time is, because the sun is already in those constellations. So of course it's not going to take that long for the moon to move into them. But we are moving further and further away from Aries and Pisces season. So look how much longer the void of course time is for Aries. It's not incredibly long, like it's not like the entire day, but it's I don't know, 10 hours? No, 8 hours? It's a good 8 hours, which isn't that long compared to the void of course times that we had last week with the signs like Capricorn, which we're very far away from Capricorn season. It was a very long void of course time into Capricorn. It was almost like the entirety of Monday, but it actually started Sunday. It was a very long void of course time because the moon, I mean the sun is far away from Capricorn season. So my theory is that the closer we are to those zodiac seasons, constellations, we have shorter void of course times because we only just left Taurus season, so that's a really quick transition, and we are currently in Gemini sun season. So I finally figured it out. Why it's like, how it's like different amount of times every time. Like for example, shouldn't it mean that every June when the moon moves into Taurus that it's a 4-hour transition? Shouldn't that be the case? That I don't know. That I don't know why it's like, I don't know. But I think I solved half of the mystery at least. Okay, so let's jump into this week. We're starting off with Pisces energy, which is it's not my favorite to start off a week with watery energy in particular. And Pisces is very spacey and dreamy. So this might be another Monday that we kind of don't put that much pressure on, don't put too many to-dos on Monday. But look, bright and early at 4:34 a.m., the moon moves into Aries. So that means we can like use that energy, like having an extra cup of coffee on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not saying to have an extra cup of coffee. I try not to drink too much caffeine on an Aries day. I'm saying Aries, the moon in Aries naturally has this caffeinated effect. So put all of your to-dos, the ones that you need the most energy for, on Tuesday and Wednesday, slower moving things on Tuesday, and having a playful Gemini weekend. So also happening on Tuesday is Venus is conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. We experienced this lovey, nurturing Venus in Cancer season already. Jupiter is just about to move out of Cancer. So they're both about to move out of Cancer, actually. But this Jupiter's the planet of growth and expansion. Venus is the planet of relationships and love and the heart. So this has just this very uplifting, positive, exciting kind of feeling to it. So this is a really, really good day to be manifesting specifically things for your relationships. This is a good time to mend relationships or have fun and experience life with your partner or take things to another level. This is a very beautiful kind of like, it feels very romantic. It feels like, but it also feels very supportive because we're talking about Cancer. Cancer wants to make sure that all of our needs are met, that all of our like basic needs, like, are you supported emotionally and physically and in every sort of way? And Jupiter wants to give us that. Jupiter is the planet that wants to give us all the things that we want and desire. And Venus is almost what, like, the energy of Venus in the heart is what creates those desires, right? Like Venus is the planet of desires. It helps us discover what those desires are. It helps us discover what it is that we want. So figure out what you want on Tuesday and go for it. Keep in mind, Venus is moving out of Leo. I think we've been feeling this energy for quite a while. Like probably ever since Venus moved into Cancer is when we've been feeling it. Jupiter's going to move into Leo at the end of June, but Venus is going to do that first on the weekend. So we've been feeling Venus getting closer and closer and closer to Jupiter as they're both making their way out of Cancer. But this is like the peak of it when they're actually like a couple of degrees close to each other, and then they're going to both make their way into Leo, which is going to be another burst of beautiful energy as well. So lots of energy on Tuesday and Wednesday with the moon in Aries, sun in Gemini, Venus in conjunct Jupiter. This is just like really a lot of energy, but a lot of good, positive, beautiful energy, which is not something that we have experienced much of this year. I don't know. I think that because Taurus is ruled by Venus also, I think that I think that we're going to be feeling the effects of this. Like I said, we have been feeling the effects of basically when Venus moved into Cancer, but I think we're still going to be feeling these effects. They're going to be increased when the moon moves into Taurus because Taurus is ruled by Venus as well. We have the Aries moon energy Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is when the moon moves into Taurus and will be in Taurus energy all day to Thursday and all day Friday as well, with another quick transition into Gemini on the weekend. Also on Saturday, Venus is moving into Leo. So kind of moving out of like I said, Venus in Cancer wants to make sure all of our basic needs are met, that we're taken care of on a basic level. Leo's going to add some frivolity to that. Like, this is your grand romantic gestures, Venus and Leo, like flat flowers and candy and dancing and all these like, extravagant things, because Leo is the loyalty. Leo is the sun, the center of everything. And Venus and Leo wants that attention and wants that extravagance and wants that luxury. Also, this is putting us in the new moon energy. So really, a Gemini new moon always is a very good time to use your words when you're setting your intentions. Whether you're thinking about your intention, your new moon intentions, I would actually write them down or speak them out loud, because words are spells, words have power, and we all of this energy is kind of helping us figure out what it is that we want, what it is that we need on a basic level, and what it is that we desire on a more luxurious level. So this new moon has this kind of power with it that can help get you what you want. Jupiter wants to get you what you want. Gemini needs you to say it first. Gemini needs you to use your words. Tell us what it is that you want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So our card for this week is coming from Guides of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. And we have Begin with Faith in Spring. Now this card is screaming at me Taurus energy. So it goes along with the Taurus moon energy, but it also goes along with Venus energy too. So the key concepts are beginnings, innocence, fertility, trusting in the process of new life, birth of a new idea, assurance, and growth. So already this is feeling like very good new moon energy. The season of spring arrives with a force so potent and vibrant that it's easy to be intoxicated by its fertile energy. All manner of new life sprouts up as animals awaken from hibernation. Flowers bloom and delicate plants push their way through the hard ground. Right now, you are in the same season of your life, the beginning of something new, something wonderful. You may be starting to see your dreams taking shape in the outer world. It's time to be curious and explore this new territory, relationship, or situation with eyes and a heart wide open. Take advantage of this energy, as this rich time can't continue forever, but it will last long enough for you to find your momentum and move in the right direction. Honor how far you've come and trust that this new idea, love, or situation of yours that you're inquiring about will flourish all the cycles of reality creation. You have every reason to be joyful and optimistic. Whatever you begin now, know that it will have many more successful seasons to come. I've been feeling like the whole month of June is sort of this hope that we have been needing as we've been watching so many things self-destruct and crumble and fall to the ground, that I feel like that the energy of June and into July, with this beautiful Jupiter Venus energy, and we have more Jupiter moving into Leo, is going to be a very big, vibrant, luxurious energy. I think we're finally kind of getting glimpses with this energy of what the new is going to look like, because I don't know, I've been kind of struggling, like as we're watching everything crumble, we have been grappling with everything that comes along with that. The grief of letting things go, the grief of watching things die, the hurt and the pain that we are witnessing. And it's very difficult when you're seeing all of that negative energy and experiencing all of those negative things. It's hard to see what new could look like. How can you look at a pile of rubble and see something bigger and better than was before? Like, it's very hard to do. So the energy of June, and especially this week, I think is giving us those first glimpses of what the new could look like. Whether that's a like this card is saying, like whether that's a relationship, a new career, like whatever new thing you are supposed to be building in your life at this time, I think we're finally getting glimpses of what that could look like. And obviously this week and this card is speaking to like figuring out what it is that you want. Because personally, I like when you're stuck in survival mode and when you feel like you've been treading water for so long, all you want is relief. All you want is a break. All you want is to not be feeling this way anymore. It's like you don't have energy to create. You don't have energy to manifest. You don't have energy to imagine and dream and envision what could be on the other side of this this ocean that we are treading water through, because you just want to get there. You just want to get to the other side. So I'm hoping that like this is a sign that we are starting to see what that might look like, because when we're able to envision and when we're able to imagine, then we can start creating. Then we can we have this idea and we have this plan or we have this idea and then we can make a plan to make it actually happen. Our chakra card for this week is a throat chakra card, which I think is emphasizing what I was saying about the new moon in Gemini. Use your words. Use your words. In the Just a Phase Moon Planner, we are combating the negative thoughts with positive affirmations. So I always use words, writing words and changing your thoughts and changing the way you think about things and taking your negative thoughts and making them more positive, because words are important, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and so words are so important this week and for this new moon. You need to write down what you want to manifest, and you need to use this exercise to combat. If you get so inspired by the visions that we're getting this week with all of this positive energy, but then you have these negative thoughts pop out that like, oh yeah, but that could never happen. I'll never be able to do that. You need to combat those negative thoughts. You have to identify them. You have to change them and reword them into something positive. The one that I always use here is, I never get things finished. And you identify that this is an all or nothing, anticipating outcomes and fortune telling thinking trap. So we want to change it to, I trust that my desire is leading me to the finish line. So trusting that if you have this vision and you have this idea, even though maybe you failed in the past, maybe you've started a lot of things and never finished them, trusting that if you believe in this one, that you change the way that you're thinking, that you will accomplish the thing that you are setting out to accomplish. So we have higher consciousness. At any given moment, the consciousness of your highest self is available to you and speaks through you. When presented with an opportunity to express your thoughts, ask yourself this question: what would my higher self say? Give it a voice and let it make its divine presence known using yours. Your highest self is the lightest, easiest, most fluid form of your true nature. Be intentional about cultivating your relationship with this essence. So again, throat chakra card, the crystal they recommend is celestite, and the herb is lemongrass. Celestite used to be one that came up for us so frequently here on the weekly moon update that we all had to go out and get some, because it's going to help us connect to not only our higher self, but our guides, angels, spirit, the universe, whatever. And another wonderful crystal for bringing in light and positive energy is selenite, a crown chakra stone of peace, pure white light, moon magic, and divine feminine power. This gypsum gem is a sweet and potent crystal that purifies and clears spaces and raises the vibration. Selenite promotes clarity, joy, beauty, and a higher realm connection. The affirmation is, I am a being of light and my natural state is pure peace. Wow. So such beautiful Venus-y, Jupiter-y luck and growth and expansion and heart-centered energy this week. Remember to use your words with a Gemini moon. Use your words and make sure those words are positive. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful, happy new moon in Gemini, and I cannot wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. Oh my gosh, one more important thing that I almost forgot to remember. Because I always like to make you aware, we're moving into the Gemini new moon energy on Saturday at 9:06 a.m. We'll be in Gemini all day Saturday and all day Sunday. But look. The moon is new at the exact same time that it is moving into Cancer. So we've only got this one day, basically Saturday, 2 days. Okay, 2 days. We've got almost 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. But just remember, at 11 o'clock Sunday evening, the moon is starting to transition into Cancer, and we'll wake up Monday morning with a Cancer moon. So keep that in mind when you are using your words and writing your intentions and manifesting your desires, that Gemini energy is Saturday and most of Sunday, but we'll start to move right before midnight on Sunday. Okay. as I'm yawning, that naturally has this caffeinated effect. So